Sneako has got himself in a really bad position, man. I don't know how he's gonna get himself out of this, but it's really bad. A couple days ago, Sneako went massively viral for this particular clip where they're outside celebrating a World Cup win, and Sneako starts chanting. And white folks is treating Sneako like he the Antichrist over this clip.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Oh no! This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
When white folks got a hold of this clip, oh, they so dramatic. But when they got their hands on this clip, it was bad news for Sneako, bro. They online right now as we speak, acting like Sneako is a radical jihadist, bro. Like Sneako is the greatest threat to national security. They treating this clip like they in imminent danger because of this clip. They treating Sneako like Sneako wants to behead all of them or something, man. And because of this, yo, you got some real powerful white folks like Elon Musk. You got attorney generals, secretaries of state. They online calling for Sneako to be punished and reprimanded, bruh. Some is even calling for Sneako to be deported, even though Sneako was born here.
Our country is dominated by
Christian. I'm a Christian American nationalist, and white people are demonized by the left, by the Red Green Alliance, by Israel and everybody, and I'm sick of it. White people are 7% of the world population. Anglo-Saxons are like 2%.
There's no point in just preaching.
I am sick of being run over. And everybody that's declared war on us, I'm saying, okay then.
You think I declared war on you?
And you want to declare
war? You think I declared war?
Israel? I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Chicom. I don't care who you are. Well, you want to fight? You
okay, so you're
games are over.
You want a war? You want a crusade? Now you're
don't worry. You're gonna get one, pal.
Okay, then well done. You just played into the hands of the premises controlling our country.
It ain't gonna
well
be,
done.
No.
That's what Elon Musk wants you to do.
It's gonna be cultural, so you can sit over there and your daughters, and you can sit over there and marry 7-year-olds, and you can sit over there and little boys.
You're chipping out.
We want your out of here.
The predominant demographic in Europe, I told you, was white
bullshit.
guys. It's not.
500,000 girls groomed by the Islamics.
250,000 was the estimated number. You just doubled it, and that's completely conflated.
It's 500,000 now. They had it in Parliament. And here's the other thing:
500,000 estimated. You even look at the report.
We know Keir Starmer protected them. We know the British leadership are a bunch of. I exposed that 30 years ago.
Normal people can recognize the ridiculousness in this hysteria. Like evangelism, spreading the gospel, converting people to your religion has always been a part of freedom of religion in this country. Like Jehovah's Witnesses exist, Mormons exist. They go door to door, literally to households trying to convert people. So that's never been like a concept that people have looked at and thought, that's too far. You can't do that. No, right? Like that's not a cause for war. Right? If that was a cause for war, Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons would have been ostracized and shut down a long time ago, right? But no, right? The evangelism and spreading your gospel has always been a thing. But when Islam is involved, that's where they draw the line, and that's where war comes into play. And that's obviously for a reason, right? That's obviously for Islamophobia, xenophobia, or just outright racism, right? They just don't like brown and black people. It's simple as that. Now, I've never publicly stated my religion because I feel like as a commentator, it's not really needed, right? Like I don't really need to come here and tell you guys, hey guys, I'm this. And I probably would never tell people what my religion is exactly. People have heard me say in the name of Jesus. People have heard me say inshallah. I don't feel like I need to identify who I am, but I do feel like regardless of what I am, people have the right to exercise, like their religion, right? People have the right to practice whatever they want to practice. That's what makes America great. Like a bunch of these people are not even trying to rewrite the doctrine. Now they're saying, well, when the forefathers says freedom of religion, they weren't talking about Islam. They were talking about just different forms of Christianity. Cut it out, bruh. Right? I even heard Charlie Kirk even try to push that when he was alive. No, it's freedom of religion, right? The forefathers knew it. Again, it was very specific. They knew exactly what they were talking about. And the reason why they were so specific is because their goal was they didn't want any religious wars. They didn't want people in this land being persecuted for being a certain religion or being persecuted for practicing what they chose to practice, because they witnessed history. They seen the trend. They seen how religious wars have destroyed nations. So if you are a true American, then you wouldn't have any problem with somebody practicing what they practice, nor would you have a problem with them trying to go out and convert as many people as they can, because Jehovah's Witnesses do it, Mormons do it, Christians do it. It's never been a problem until Muslims want to do it. If you replace Sneako with anybody else, this would just be a normal culture war issue. It wouldn't be as bad on them as it is for Sneako. Like, if Van Lathan would have said this, people who agree with Van Lathan would be defending Van Lathan to hells on social media. People who don't agree with him would be attacking him to hells on social media. This wouldn't be an issue where Van Lathan back is up against the wall and everybody is going at him. But with Sneako, it's especially bad for him because these are the people who Sneako aligned himself with. These are the people who Sneako essentially thought were his friends. These are the people who he aligned with for such a long time that now those people are turned on him. Now those people are pretty much putting him to the fire. Those people want him gone. Those people are now trying to destroy him. And the people who will usually be stepping up to speak up for somebody in Sneako's position, stepping up to defend somebody in Sneako's position, ain't stepping up to defend Sneako because they feel like Sneako have aligned himself with those very same people and they have their own vendetta and their own issues with Sneako. Like, for example, Sneako wearing the MAGA hat, Sneako supporting Trump. They feel like whatever Sneako is currently going through is earned, so they're not stepping up for Sneako. So essentially, Sneako is on his own. It's Sneako versus 1,000 white supremacists with power who are now trying to destroy his life.
Man, you voted for Trump, man. Can't rock with that.
I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Trump at 16. After it became clear that he was going to win, he said no new wars. Did he lie?
It was obvious that he was lying.
He lied. Both sides, left and right, they're both controlled by the same people.
After he tried to do
I didn't vote for him.
You were at the White House when
I didn't.
after he said the
I didn't vote for Trump.
You were there.
I voted for Trump at 16.
You're wearing a MAGA hat.
It was clear weeks before that he was going to win.
Did you?
And he said no new wars. I stay consistent. If he's going to betray his word and he lied, then we need to hold him accountable for their lies. Left and right, they're both controlled by the same people. You can't be completely allied with any party. They're both bad. There's only one party we need to be allied with.
But were you at?
Listen, I hear you. I do. I hear you. But I never understood the they're all bad argument, so I'm going to choose the worst possible option. If you believe they're all bad, then why choose the worst possible option out the two? There's bad and there's worse. So you do have to hold yourself accountable, man, for, yeah, you did wear the MAGA hat. Yeah, you did align yourself with a group of white supremacists. You did align yourself with somebody who hated Muslims. And this was no secret. He announced he hated Muslims during his first campaign, and you voted for him during that campaign. I'll be the first one to tell you how dope I think Sneako is, how smart I think Sneako is, how creative I think Sneako is. But this is one of those things where, yo, Sneako, you wrong, bro, all right? And I don't think Sneako should even be interested in trying to defend his positions. You picked the wrong side. You was wrong. You aligned yourself with white supremacists. You was rolling around with Nick Fuentes out of all people. You aligned yourself with people who hate Islam. So you can't blame a Muslim for saying, hold on, bro. You wore the MAGA hat after Trump said he wanted to do a Muslim ban. You was rolling around with Nick Fuentes after Nick Fuentes announced his hatred for black and brown people and Muslims. You rolled in circles knowing how these people feel about us. So now that you're on track, we don't feel comfortable being around you like that. We don't feel comfortable embracing you the full way because you still supported people after knowing how they felt about us. And I feel like Sneako shouldn't even argue with that. Be like, you know what, bro? I understand. Hopefully at some point you come around. Hopefully at some point you see I'm a changed man and maybe my work got to show that, right? But I think they're absolutely right. Sneako did support these people after the fact.
The White House wearing the MAGA hat.
I didn't go to the White House.
You were wearing a MAGA hat at Trump's inauguration.
I never went to the White House.
That's a lie. You were at an inauguration.
I went to the inauguration. I wasn't invited to the White House.
You were wearing the MAGA hat at the inauguration celebration. No?
When he said no new wars.
in D.C.
If he stayed consistent, I never went to the White House. I never went to the White House.
You're wearing, I don't know if it was the White House, where the inauguration was, next to all the Trump supporters.
He said no. He said he was going to. He said he was going to stop no new wars. I voted for him in 16. That's the time I voted for Trump. In 2024, he said he was not going to start a new war.
After the Muslim ban. After he said he wanted a Muslim ban, you wore the MAGA hat.
Biden was the one who started in front of the Gaza war. Left, right, they're both bad.
Changing the topic now.
I'm not changing the topic. The point is, if they lie and if they start wars after they said no new wars, that's wrong. But we can only vote for.
I would appreciate it if you admitted you were wrong for wearing the MAGA hat after the Muslim ban.
Obviously, it was. He lied to us.
But he said he called for a Muslim ban, and you still wore the MAGA hat and still rocking it.
Yeah, he lied.
You don't admit
he
that
lied.
was wrong? No?
Of course. Look, am I happy with what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's owned by them, 100%. But we have to vote for people that say they're going to do the best thing. If he says no new wars, I gotta hope he's doing the right thing.
Guys, all Muslim, man.
I made my point.
All
I made my
Muslim
point.
brothers, bro. 1, 2, 3. BB.
You understand, though, we have to hold politicians accountable for their word.
Yeah, but you were supporting him, so.
Of the two, he was the one saying no.
In 2020, not his last election. You said 2016 you voted for him.
2020.
You were wearing the MAGA hat.
I didn't vote in 2020 either. I voted.
Okay, but you were still wearing the hat at the
In 2020?
at the inauguration party.
2020, I wasn't. This is before I reverted. I wasn't with Jake Paul.
All those people were.
That's not true.
Sneako is responding back to everything that's irrelevant. Wait, did I see you and Jake Paul with the MAGA hat? No, I wasn't with Jake Paul, but you did have the MAGA hat on, right? Yes, okay. Why? Why did you have on a MAGA hat after he said he wanted a Muslim ban, after he expressed he didn't like Muslim people? Why did you have on the MAGA hat after the fact that he made it very well known that he's racist? Why did you have the MAGA hat on? Why? After he made it very known he wanted the Supreme Court to push or legalize racial discrimination, racial prejudice. Why? All right, why? And to me, that's important. But choosing to respond back to the Jake Paul stuff when he actually, okay, why did you support him after the Muslim ban? Because he said no new wars? Huh? I'm so like, that's all it takes? that's all it took? Hey, man, yo, this man's entire track record is him being a deplorable human being, right? One of the nastiest, most disgusting human beings we've ever witnessed on planet Earth. But I mean, he promised no new wars. And then his first thing he did was start a new war. I don't know, man. I feel bad for Sneako because he's in a position where, his own people don't got his back. His own people is turning against him. And then he looks online and see his friends turn. Yo, bro, I seen Nick Fuentes go off on Sneako today. It is like, bro. Which honestly too though, watching Nick Fuentes go off on Sneako is like surreal because they've done this so many times. Like Nick Fuentes have went off on Sneako so many times in the past, and then you think they are, I guess, enemies, or Sneako have finally seen the light and he have finally realized who Nick Fuentes is, and then we look up and Nick Fuentes and Sneako is in New York hanging out again, right? And this is what, as recently as what, this year, I think? Or late last year? So these people have betrayed Sneako in the past. Like Nick Fuentes have betrayed Sneako in the past. But Sneako would be right back outside hanging out with Nick Fuentes. Yo, do you guys understand that Nick Fuentes and his popularity can be attributed to Sneako? Like when Nick Fuentes was banned from everywhere, when he was kind of like mincing his words and hiding his real beliefs, Sneako was who brought him on No Jumper and these other platforms and Aiden Ross and right, like to become popular. So y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about this, man, right? Do y'all feel bad for Sneako, man? Do y'all feel like these people is doing Sneako wrong? Or do y'all feel like this is earned and deserved? Let me know. If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here, or here, or here, somewhere on my screen to find out why exactly Nolan Wells and the evidence found in his phone, to me, confirms that he was murdered and that they're trying to hide it. I'm going to see you guys in this Nolan Wells video right here somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.